to be sitting on a porch stool and for a little girl to be murdered right in front of me and you, Brother Johnny, and for somebody to turn around to me and say she in God's hands now, is out of their mind. And for somebody to say it was her time, you're out of your mind.
Trying to find a way.
It's not okay.
We gonna lose an hour. We about to lose an hour in this show.
Men and women are a whole new generation. They're not trying to sit back because you know something, brother? We have passed on a legacy of cowardice to our people.
On the Willie Lynch letter, when
but I want to say this, man. I mean, for us to be sitting on a porch stool and for a little girl to be murdered right in front of me and you, Brother Johnny, and for somebody to turn around to me and say she in God's hands now, is out of their mind. And for somebody to say it was her time, you're out of your mind for to say that. Okay, you got to understand there's choices. When we mentioned that all the evil, evil don't make you do anything. Use choice before you have a thought or are provoked for any thought you do, right? Or it's a choice, right? What happens? You have to have a thought before you even say anything. Your thoughts are generating inside of you. Am I correct? If you get out of here and you say, well, I'm going to stop at the Burger King, I'm going to rob them. That wasn't no evil person or no spirit telling you what to do. That was you inside. That's internally you inside saying, I'm about to go rob the damn Burger King right now. I'm about to go by and drive by and shoot people. For us to sit up and forget that, something is wrong with, I think slavery, we needed a mental, observation or a mental checkup or something while we got out of slavery, because we act like we done lost our damn minds.
Well, we have lost our minds. We have lost our minds. We've lost our culture. We lost our God. We've lost everything. When we were taken captive, we've lost everything. Mm-hmm. We've lost everything, and we have not been cured from slavery. And you have to understand something, Brother Andrew. We're only several generations from slavery.
Right, exactly. You're right about that.
We're only several generations from slavery. And no, we have not had any type of psychological treatment to get us from slavery. That's why I'm so grateful for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because he has introduced us to Dianetics. Mm-hmm. Okay? People say, oh, Minister Farrakhan is into Scientology. No, he's not into Scientology, but he sees that there's a tool that Ron Herbert has that will help us as a people to clear some of the craziness and some of the foolishness that we have endured as a people and the engrams that you and I have as a people.
But let me ask you something. What's wrong with scientific, though? Because your African ancestors, before there was any type of religion, was people of science. They were scientific people. What's wrong with it now, though?
Listen,
he's getting back to the roots of what our people started.
We know from what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has given us. When we have studied Scientology and Dianetics and what we have come away with as relates to being audited and how it helps us as a people, as a person, to relieve ourselves of the ills that have plagued us all the days of our life.
Right. And
because something, Brother Andrew, we hold on to so much. Because something, all we have done is passed on slavery from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation to generation, and you and I are still passing it on to our children.
Right.
Because we have not been treated.
We haven't dealt with it, right.
We have not dealt with all of that atrocity, all that tyranny, all that murder, rape, all that we have gone through. It was just passed on.
Yeah. And I applaud Minister Farrakhan for picking up the dynamics, because Ron L. Hubbard sit right on the Larry King show, and I can pull the tape up with you, and told you that's what your African ancestors he said it as a white man. That's what your African ancestors believe, and scientific. He said it.
Well, we you know something, brother. You know, we have gotten away
Right.
from who we are.
Exactly.
You know, when you go to school, when our children go to the school, and it's like Muhammad said it right. You know, a man who won't treat you right won't teach you right. That's why our children aren't being taught their greatness, that they were scientists, that they were mathematicians, that, you know, that they are math. There's no reason why our child should fail math when they are math.
Exactly.
They should fail science when they are science. See, they don't want our children to realize, or anyone to realize, that the black man and woman are the mother and father of civilization. You could take it or leave it alone. Every human walk of life came through the black man and woman. But we need to get back to the reality of that and start acting like that.
Right.
And once we get that mindset and see our greatness and all that we can do, then we'll get away from killing one another.
Right. But you can't be who you are. You can't be who you are, Johnny, until you know who you are.
That's true. That's why I'm so grateful for the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad under the leadership of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Because if it was not for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaching us the knowledge of self, teaching us the knowledge of God, and teaching us the knowledge of the devil or Satan, I would listen, man. There's a devil in all of us, brother. There's a devil in all of us, and unfortunately, you know something. But we have taken on his traits. We have taken on his traits, and in some cases, we try to outdo the devil. We try to outdo him. You know, and it's unfortunate. 7 minutes approaching the hour of 2 o'clock, 90.7 WTCC FM. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Respect for Life show. Once again, Brother Johnnie Muhammad, Brother Andrew, I want to thank you for your calls. I want to remind you that on next Wednesday, mark it on your calendar, next Wednesday, we will be having a meeting, Justice or Else, the 20-year anniversary of the Mean Man March. We're organizing here in the city of Springfield. We're asking you to come out to Muhammad's Mosque number 13 at 7 o'clock p.m. to be a part of this movement. Now understand something, brothers and sisters. I want to make you perfectly aware before you even come there. This is not some feel-good session. This is going to be an ongoing movement that we are going to mobilize and organize to receive justice in our community. Do we understand? I want everyone who's listening to understand this is not going to be a feel-good moment. We are going to meet, we're going to mobilize, and we're going to organize. And we're going to continue to meet and mobilize and organize, and we're going to make progress here in the city of Springfield, in the Mason Square area, in the North End, in the South End, wherever our people are, we're going to make sure that we receive justice or else. I know that or else scares a lot of you. Mm-hmm. It scares a lot of you, I know. But you need to come and find out what the or else is. I would ask that everyone, when you see the brothers in the nation selling the Final Call newspaper, please stop and purchase a Final Call newspaper, because in that newspaper it will tell you what is going on around the country, what's going on in the Caribbean, because everyone is mobilizing for 10-10-15. That is Justice or Else, the 20th anniversary of the Mean Man March. We're going back to Washington. Minister Farrakhan is going to be addressing the Congress. He's going to be addressing the government. He's going to be addressing the Justice Department. He's going to be addressing the President of the United States. 10-10-15. If you're afraid, then stay home. If you're afraid, get under your covers, pull them over your head, and wait for our return. 10-10-15. Closing remarks?
Yes, definitely. Listen, I'm not trying to knock everybody from praying, and because praying is a good thing, and people get peace out of praying. Me, I'm more of a spiritual person, but people get peace out of praying. Listen, Martin Luther King once said, the most segregated day in this country is Sunday. That's when black people pray to a white Jesus, and that's when white people pray to a white Jesus. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is I've seen all these marches with the KKK marching down your towns and southern towns, and black folks standing on side, not doing nothing, saying one word to it. Because just like you standing in the name of God and Christianity, they're marching in the name of Christianity. Just think about that. Just think about that. Just like he said, one group of people on Sunday pray to Christianity and a white guy, and another group of people pray to Christianity and a white guy. Just think about that. Now, Martin Luther King said that. I didn't say that. He said that. Brother Johnnie?
Hey, listen, you allow the KKK to walk through your town, that's on you. I mean, damn, they walk through this town. you know, hey, listen, I don't know, that's why I don't like the South.
I mean,
that's why I'm not down there.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not down there. That's why the farthest I go is New Jersey. You know, if I go anywhere, I'm gonna go back home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least I know there's soldiers that stand tall.
Well, they won't come into Newark with that, right?
No, hell no, they're not coming to Newark. They're not coming nowhere near that.
Right.
Patterson, Passaic, they're not coming down. Listen, it wouldn't even happen.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even get a permit.
But they'll go in Brownsville, Jersey, all the way down there.
I don't know if they'll go there either. Because let me tell you something, brother. It's just not happening.
Right.
You know, and we need to come together and unite. And listen, brothers and sisters, next Wednesday, please mark it on your calendar. We're having the local organizing meeting for 10-10-15, Justice Wells, Muhammad's Mosque number 13. Come on out. It's time to unite. Time to mobilize. Look on the news. See our people being killed once again. You had Michael Brown. Now you have Sharon Bland. Now you have, Sandra Bland. Now you have the young brother out in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, it's still happening. Killing in the churches. Okay, it's still happening. When are we going to wake up? Well, it's time for us to unite here in Springfield, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, what you see abroad will soon be on your doorsteps. Will soon be on your doorsteps. I want to thank you. May Allah bless you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Trying to find a way.
It's not okay.
We gonna lose an hour. We about to lose an hour in this show.
Men and women are a whole new generation. They're not trying to sit back, because you know something, brother? We have passed on a legacy of cowardice to our people.
Period on the Willie Lynch letter. When